don't you wanna stay? 'Cause I don't wanna chase or make you make the same mistake.
Hello guys, and welcome to my video. Long time no see, I know. Thank you guys to everyone who has commented on my Instagram, who commented on my YouTube and said, where are you? Why aren't you making videos? Please make videos, because you guys have been my motivation to get back on YouTube and to do my videos. I am so sorry for being MIA. I say that every video lately, but it's just been hard. I felt like I needed to take a step back, reevaluate my content, and reevaluate where I wanted to take my channel. I don't want it to be, you know, strictly YouTube tutorials anymore. I would love to be able to make more advice videos, especially when it comes to YouTube, things that I've learned that I feel like might be beneficial for you guys to know. I would love to spread my wisdom and just make sure that we're all winning, you know what I mean? When I started YouTube, there were things that I wanted to learn, and it seems like everyone kind of keeps their like everything that they learn to themselves, and they're like, I want to be the one winning, but I would love to share all that information that I've learned, because when I started, I would look everywhere and not find the answers to what I was looking for. So let me know if that's something that you guys want to see, even just life advice videos. I would love to help with that. Anything sort of like that. I would love to expand and connect with you guys more. I kind of feel like I have like a disconnect with you guys where, I don't know, I'd love to get more personal and just get to know each other a little bit more, and just build that relationship a little bit more, because I appreciate you guys so much for subscribing, for watching me, for supporting me, for taking a chance on me, all of this stuff. Watching me, I already said watching me, but I'm gonna say it again. So I would love to just expand my channel and make it more of a community and a safe space and all of this stuff. And I also felt like I needed to just practice my makeup a little bit more. There's so many talented makeup artists on YouTube, and I just felt like I wasn't up to par, and I just felt like there was a lot that I needed to learn. So I took a step back and just learned everything that I could, and practiced and practiced and practiced, and here I am. So if you guys want to see more review videos, whatever kind of videos you guys want to see, please comment them down below, and I will do my very, very best to film those for you, because this is, you know, more than just me talking to a camera. I want it to be like an us kind of channel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just want to connect with you guys more. This has already been super long, and I'm sorry if I bored you. I will put a timestamp down below for when my tutorial actually starts. But if you are still listening and you would like to see this makeup look and hear me talk more, because I get very informative in this video, please go ahead and keep watching, and we'll get started. Alright guys, so let's get started. So I have actually been trying to switch up my skincare routine, especially since it's summertime. I want my skin to be more flawless so that I can wear less foundation, and I do have some trips coming up, so especially since they're gonna be in the heat. We're gonna go to Maui in September. I wanna make sure that my skin is looking good so that I can wear the least amount of makeup possible. I went to Nordstrom Rack, which if you guys haven't been to Nordstrom Rack to look for makeup, I mean, you're missing out, because you get stuff that I think is discontinued, like products that they're not gonna sell anymore, for more than half off most times. Nordstrom Rack, Ross, Marshalls. If you have any kind of place like that, they usually have makeup like that, and it's a super affordable way to get these products. So I picked up this Urban Decay Vitamin Infused Prep Complexion Spray. I definitely read that wrong, like complexion comes first, but it's a complexion spray. This originally costs, okay, maybe it's not half off, but it's money off, because it originally cost $15 and I got it for $10. $5 is still pretty cool. So the first thing I like to do is spray this onto my face before I do anything, moisturize or anything. It's vitamin infused, and it's supposed to reduce redness, minimize your pores, oil absorbing, and then the back gives you like a whole spiel about how people have like noticed a huge difference, 80% of people, something crazy like that. I just want to make sure it works on me. So I've been trying it out and I've been liking it a lot. So it says to spray it 8 to 10 inches away from your face on a clean face. Once that dries, I like to go in with my Nivea Soft Moisturizing Cream. Not too much because I don't want my makeup to be oily, but I do like to do this, especially on these hot summer days. I like to make sure that my skin is very moisturized. I think the vitamin E is what really helps my skin. I don't know. I have just assumed vitamin E really helps my skin. So I'm going to take the smallest bit of this, and I like to rub it in until it gets tacky, like not sticky, but you know, until it gets in there. Once everything is dry, I next go in with a primer. So this is a new primer that I haven't tried out. My boyfriend just bought me this. Yesterday was my birthday, and he called me. He was trying to surprise me. He called me from Target, and he was like, hey, I'm trying to buy you makeup, but I have no idea what to get you. So he's so cute. So I was on the phone with him kind of like, ooh, I want this. So it was really cute. So he got me this hydrating face primer. I'm excited to try this out because this hydrating face primer says it has vitamins A, C, and E. It's going to boost your complexion, hydrate your skin, and it's supposed to give you a lasting matte finish. So it's like a hydrating primer, but it gives you a matte finish. So that sounds pretty nice to me because I love matte finishes. And like I do with most primers, I'm gonna rub it in. Maybe I'm gonna tap it in a little bit. So next I'm gonna go in with my favorite foundation at the moment. It's the Matte and Poreless Fit Me Maybelline foundation. I've been using this all summer. I am gonna spray my rose water spray onto my brush just to give it that oomph. So taking a good amount onto my brush. I like to start off near the jaw area. That's where I have most of my old breakouts and sort of dark spots and stuff. So I like to put the most amount of product there, and I like to pat this in. I try, especially in the summertime, I try to put the least amount of foundation under the eyes. Also have to bring it down the neck. So next I'm gonna go in with my cream contour. So I like to take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 30, which is Cafe. I wouldn't necessarily use this to do like a nose contour because it's a little bit too orange for that, but I do love the way it warms up my skin, and I love the way it contours like my cheeks and my forehead area. And I like to do this step by step. I don't like to have all of my cream contour on my face at once because I feel like that dries it out, and then it just like, I don't know, I don't think it blends out as well. And lately I've been using my angled Kabuki F84 brush, also from Sigma. Again, sprayed it with some rose water, and when I blend out this cream contour, I like to make sure that I'm blending it up because I want to keep that line. I don't want it to look muddy underneath. And I don't like to do a lot of swiping when it comes to the contour. Face in general, I don't like to do a lot of swiping. I'll pat this in to make sure it's blended. I haven't done my concealer yet, so that's also going to make sure that, you know, this area is blended out, but I like to pat. When I take it onto my forehead area, again, I take it like really close to the hairline because you don't really want a disconnect between your hairline and your contour. You want to make sure everything is blended. And the last area is my jaw, so I'm just going to take it there as well. When I blend it out in my jaw, I do like to take it down the neck as well, just because, you know, you gotta make sure you're blended everywhere. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with concealer. I have been mixing two because I also got back into my Fit Me in 25, which is medium, and I've been loving the way this looks. I like to start off with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So I'm going to take this one under the eyes. Especially since I have such dark circles, I feel like the coverage on this one works best. And anytime I use a brush for my face, I always spritz it with my rose water. It just changes the game. I look funny. And I'm using my Concealer Blend Kabuki F79 brush to blend this out. I'm going to take the other concealer on my forehead, down the nose, chin, laugh line area, and then a little bit more under the eyes as well, especially just in those hollows that I have. One step that I've been loving lately to do just to change my lips is to take my contour concealer just around the mouth area and blend that out lightly. You take that sort of like you're overlining your lips a little bit, and then using my concealer brush, I'm also just gonna go on top and make sure it's not too dark, making me look like I have like a mustache or something. Which, you know, I'm Latina, like I do have a mustache. So let's not bring it out. I don't want to bring too much attention to the little breakout that I have, but I am gonna add just a dot of concealer just to hide him away. And I'm just gonna make sure that my under eyes are creaseless because I am gonna go in and bake next. Before I bake, I am gonna do my nose contour. I completely forgot about it. I've been feeling pretty happy because I feel like I finally found my way to do a nose contour. And really what's helped is looking at Claribell's nose contour videos, just taking a little bit from each, you know, beauty blogger and how they do their nose contour to make it work for my nose. So what I'm gonna do is take this Shader Inner Corner E46 brush. I'm gonna use it to take concealer down my nose because it is so small. I like to make sure that I have the smallest line, you know, going down my nose, whether it's concealer or highlight. And then not putting the concealer away yet because I'm gonna use it again, but I'm gonna take my Toast concealer from LA Girl, and taking a small amount, I'm gonna go and make the thinnest lines like down my nose. The thinner the better, and also like the closer together the better, the slimmer your nose is gonna look, because I have seen a lot of people do nose contours and, you know, the contour is a really thick line. That's gonna make your nose look bigger, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So I'm gonna make the smallest line down right next to where I placed that concealer. And you also want to make sure it's straight. I always shade like the whole bottom of my nose just to give it more of like a lifted up look. And then I have also seen bloggers, beauty bloggers say not to bring it all the way down, that that's wrong or whatever, but for me, my nose is, you know, bigger here at the bottom, so I want to make sure that it's all looking slim, so I bring it down all the way just to make sure that, you know, that's like where I'm trying to contour. So sometimes their advice, you know, what's that saying? Take it as a grain of salt, or, you know, whatever. You want to make sure you do what works with your nose. Once I have that in, I take my concealer again and then put it next to that. And that's gonna make sure that the line is straight. If you feel like you brushed too much off, just go back in, do that one more time. And then what I like to do is take my pinky finger and start blending out the light concealer here on the edge, because we really want to make sure the sides are highlighted. So I'm going to blend this out first, and then once I feel like that's blended, I'm actually going to take that and just kind of like roll my pinky on top of the darker contour. Tap my pinky on top. Just gonna tap that one on the concealer. Alright, so next I'm finally gonna go in and bake, and I'm gonna take my Pixi Quick Fix Translucent Powder. I have been loving this lately, so I'm gonna take this up the sides of my nose, under my eyes, and what's left over on the brush, I'll put it in the other areas that I highlighted. And I've been loving a more like highlighted look underneath your eyes. So I'm gonna place like a lot in the triangle area under my eyes. So once I have that bake in, I like to go in, this is my Bake Precision P89 brush. I took this down the sides where I put my contour, just to make sure that I'm not baking on top of the contour, because that's going to defeat the purpose. Once I'm done, I feel like I'm done baking, I am going to wipe that away using the same brush. As y'all can see though, this powder doesn't budge too much. So I like to be really delicate with it and make sure that I go over and over. I'm not sure if this powder has flashback. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I haven't tried it with flash yet. But since it is a white powder and I am a tan person, I feel like it definitely might. I'm gonna get back into like my concealer brush, and I'm gonna pat like whatever didn't wipe away, I'm gonna pat it into the skin. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Pixi by Petra Sheer Cheek Gel, and this is in the color Natural. I take it onto the back of my hand, and using my ring finger, I place it on the apples of my cheeks and bring it up. Once I do all that, since right now we have all creams, what I like to do is take the brush that I used for my foundation and sort of put it around, like move it around the contour and concealer, and then like on top. I just feel like it kind of blends it together for me. Before I get into doing, you know, any powders, I like to take my rose water spray and I like to set all those creams. I also like to do this before I bake, but I completely forgot, so just gonna do it now. So I'm gonna wait for that to set. Once that's set, I'm gonna take my powder slash blush brush. This is F10, and I'm gonna get into my bronzer palette. But I'm gonna take the matte looking ones and then just a dab of the shimmer shades. Also taking that into the forehead. But when I do the forehead, I don't take any shimmer, just the matte shades. I'm gonna take my P88 Precision Flat Angled brush, and I like to turn it around so that the like angled side is like this, because I'm gonna get into like the matte shade of this bronzer palette. And I'm gonna go right on top of where I did the nose contour, but like ever so lightly. If you're looking at yourself and you're going, oh my gosh, that's looking too harsh, take your foundation brush and just go on top. Kind of like how I did with the like cream blush and bronzer and all that. I like to just use this to blend. Next, I'm gonna take the smallest bit more of blush because, I don't know, pink has just been talking to me lately. That sounds weird. I'm just gonna take the smallest bit more like blush, and this is Flower Child from Becca Cosmetics with the champagne pop on the other side, and I'm gonna take it just on the apples of my cheeks, just like a little dab, you know. I'm gonna take highlighter on this Detailed Lip L04 brush. This is for your lips. I'm gonna take it for my nose. So I like to take this down the nose, and I like to make sure I use like the tip. I want to make sure I have the thinnest line going down my nose for my nose highlight. And then the ball of my nose, I like to do about here. As you guys can see, that's like a lot of space left over. But if you look at me from the side, you can kind of see that I have like a hooked nose. So when I do my highlight, I like to make sure I put more highlight here and more highlight here, because it dips in here, goes out, and then dips in again, and then it goes out. And then I'll take my pinky and just kind of super lightly blend that. Next, I'm going to get into my Powder Sweep F06 brush. This is not a highlight brush, but I have not been using any brushes for what they're intended. And so I'm just going to do highlight on the rest of my face. And then I'm going to take like the smallest amount. I like to take a little bit and put it up above the brow and like sweep it up top. I am going to do my brows off camera. I was going to do them on camera, but I'm running out of battery, and so that's not going to work out. So I'm going to do them off camera, but if you guys do want to see an updated brow tutorial, let me know in the comments down below and I could get that going for you. Alright guys, so I have those brows on. I took a lot of concealer underneath the brows because I am growing them out at the moment. My goal is to obviously get them threaded or waxed by a professional. I need to stop trying to do my brows because this is what I call my chola eyebrow. She takes extra time because it doesn't look good. But we're gonna move straight on to the makeup look. I took a white powder underneath my brow bone just to highlight and to make sure that I extra hide those stray hairs. But I'm gonna get into my Anastasia Master Palette by Mario palette. I'm gonna take mainly these shades here. I'm sure there have been others who have already done this makeup look because it is just such a straightforward makeup look. But I'm gonna take a mixture of Isabelle, Violetta, and Lula. So I'm gonna take Isabelle first on my Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. So I'm gonna take this above the crease and just start going, you know? Using circular motions. Just gonna take it around. Once I have that color in, using the same brush, but just the tip, I'm gonna take Violetta, which is the brown color, and I'm gonna deepen up that crease. And this is mainly gonna go like in the actual crease and not above it. And I'm gonna take the smallest bit of Lula just to give me like a cooler tone in the crease as well. So same brush, but taking it mainly kind of like here in the outside. Using my finger, I'm gonna get into the shade Kim, which is the orangey shade, and I'm just gonna apply that onto the lid. Next, I'm going to do my under eye, and I'm going to smoke it out. I'm going to take my Sigma Wide Shader E59 brush. I'm going to get back into all three of those shades and just smoke out the bottom. And you want to connect with the shadow up at the top. So I'm going to get into my F63 airbrush blender, and I'm going to blend the bottom of that. Before I start on my eyeliner, I am going to take more of a sort of gel liner. This is a Marc Jacobs gel liner. It's just a sample size. And I'm going to take it into like the outer V, give me a little bit of like a cat eye. So I'm going to get into this smaller little shader brush. This is the short shader E20 brush. And I'm going to get into the color Violetta. And I'm gonna smoke out that like gel liner that I did. I did it pretty messy, but I'm going for like a messy look. So I am gonna do my liner off camera, but I do have a tutorial that has 2 methods on how I do my wing liner, so I will link that down below if you do want to see how I do my wing liner. Alrighty guys, so I finished off that liner off camera. I went back in with the smallest bit of the Violetta, which is the brown color, just on top of the liner and just kind of smoked it out a little bit. Next I'm going to take my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara and I'm going to coat my top and bottom lashes. So I took most mascara on the bottom just onto the outer lashes to give me more of that cat eye shape. And I'm going to go in with a cream colored pencil into the inner corner to make it look more open. For lashes today, I'm going to take these Ardell Wispy Lashes in 600. Don't mind them looking a little bit ratchet. As far as drugstore lash glue goes, my favorite is this Strip Lash Adhesive from Kiss with Aloe. My favorite. It kind of reminds me of House of Lashes, but not as strong. I'm going to do this off camera, so I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I applied those lashes off camera. I applied a little bit more black liner underneath my eyes. Next I'm going to move on to lips. So I'm going to use one of the new Maybelline matte Superstay Matte Ink, and this is their nude color. This is Loyalist. I like the formula, but it's not my favorite liquid lipstick formula. It's not like amazing. It's actually kind of sticky when you first put it on. So my recommendation is definitely, if you use these, wait for it to dry, otherwise it's gonna be super sticky, but it does last all day. So in my boyfriend's Target trip, he did get me 3 more colors. He's so cute. I actually have them swatched on my arm. I don't know if you could see them while I was filming, but I have them swatched on my arm. They're already dry. If you run your finger on top of them, like, you get nothing on your finger and you get nothing like scraped off. You know, like I could sit here and do this and like nothing comes off. So to put my nude color on, I'm gonna use this lip pencil from Rimmel, and it's in the shade 011 Spice. I think that you can use these like without a lip pencil, but I can't because I like to overline my lips because my lips are small. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna take on top, I'm gonna try to do just 1 swipe of the Loyalist color. Yeah, 1 swipe didn't work. 2 swipes. And the lip pencil that I used on the bottom, it did make it, I think, a little bit darker, but, you know, I didn't want a crazy nude. So I kind of like that. And I like these lip pencils. This one is from Rimmel, like I said, and I think it's less than $4. It's like $3.90 something. So it's really affordable. They had them buy one, get one 50% off, so I also got a wine-colored one, and I love doing like an overline and then a matte lipstick on top. My last little thing is gonna be my Mario Badescu facial spray. I carry this with me even once I have already set my makeup. Yeah, I just ate it too. Just to give myself an extra like spritz and everything, just look more, I don't know, I just love, like, it just hydrates, I feel like it just hydrates my skin. But yeah, this is my finished product. You know, I can't say it enough, but I am very sorry for being MIA. I got a lot of comments on my Instagram and they're like, make videos, and I'm like, oh, thank you for motivating me. I do have a lot of reviews that I want to do. I keep trying to convince my boyfriend to do my makeup and to do my boyfriend as my makeup tag. He is being shy, but let me know if that's something you guys want to see. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope you guys maybe learned something from it. I tried to be as informative as I could, and I hope it isn't too long. Please don't forget to check out my social medias. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do so, because I do post other makeup looks on there. I do post my blog pictures on there and just different content on there that you're not seeing on YouTube. It's more of a personal space. So Instagram is at Claribella. Twitter I don't use too much. Snapchat is melissaargueta, and my blog exoclaribella.com is live, and I am doing posts on there as well. So I have everything linked down below, products and everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I hope I don't have lipstick on my teeth. I probably do. I don't! But I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.